Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are you today? Hello, Rodrigo. Hello, Ele. Hello, Diego.
Hello, teacher. Good night. Good evening.
Hi, teacher. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
I think
Good,
it's a good
Rodrigo.
day because
Yes, yes.
the weather is hot.
Oh, yeah, the weather is hot today. Well, it's kind of difficult with this weather, but thank you for being here. What about you, Diego? How are you today?
Well, a bit tired and busy and hot.
Oh, yeah,
Hot.
it's really hot. Okay, so you
Yes,
are being, huh?
yes, but it was a good day in general.
Okay, that's something great. Thank you for sharing about your day, everybody. Well, actually, about the weather, about the way you are right now. So that's something good, guys. It's good to know that you are fine, even though we are tired or we are busy or we are hot. But it was a good day, and it is still. Let's see, Francisco, how are you today?
Good evening, teacher. Well, let me tell you that I'm suffering because the weather.
Oh, yeah. So we were talking about that today. The weather, it's really hot.
Yes, yes. The world is changing every day, and I consider that I don't know what's gonna happen in this world because every day the weather is increase.
Yes, that's right. Well, every day it's getting hotter and hotter, right? But let's hope that everything will change in maybe in some days or months, and maybe that rain will help us a little bit. I hope so that rain is going to
Yeah,
help us.
and I guess let me tell you that like 5 years ago
Uh-huh.
I visited Las Vegas, Nevada,
Oh,
in
yes.
USA, and I remember the weather was like a desert. 40, I don't know, maybe 42 uh, gray Fahrenheit or Celsius. I don't remember,
Uh, well,
but
in English we say degrees.
degrees, yes. But the weather is not like here in El Salvador. It's more than hot than here.
So it's hotter.
It's harder. I remember that I suffered because the weather when it's hot in Las Vegas, the alert system start ringing, and everybody have to put inside in the houses or like building that has AC because you can
Okay.
work. You can go to the like tourist. You have to stay in the apartment or I don't know with AC.
Okay, well, that's something really good, but sadly, over here in El Salvador, it's not possible to have AC at home. Or, well,
Yes,
it's
yes.
possible, but then you have to pay a lot of money because of electricity.
Ooh, ooh, I
Okay?
think people pay like $200 each month if you use your AC.
Yeah, that's right. So that's a problem. Well, guys,
Yes.
I'm so happy that we can start a class. Incredibly, guys, today we have only boys. Rodrigo, L, Diego, and Francisco, and of course me. So we are only boys in this class today. So we are going to start only boys. And today, guys, we will have a really interesting class. I could say that this is interesting. So let's get into our business, everybody. Once again, welcome to the class. I hope you can learn and also you enjoy the whole class. Well, to start today's class, everybody, I want to ask you a question. The question is, everybody, are you good at keeping secrets? Okay, so only boys today, we can talk about this, okay? Are you good at keeping secrets, guys? As you see, below the pictures, we have another question. And we have two idioms over there. The first one, everybody, do you bite your tongue or do you let the cat out of the bag? Okay, tell me about you guys. Are you good at keeping secrets or no, you are not good at all? Let's see, we will start with Diego. Okay, Diego, tell me, are you good at keeping secrets?
No, well, I think that I improved in that in that aspect.
Oh, you are improving.
Yes, because actually, or in this right now, I think that I'm better keeping secrets than
Okay.
before.
So you like to gossip.
A little bit, but I improve it.
Okay, but that's something nice. Okay, so at least right now you can see that something is changing, right? So very good. It was pretty good, Diego. Thank you. Well, let's see right now. Let's talk to Rodrigo. Rodrigo, tell me, are you good at keeping secrets?
I think yes and no, because
Huh?
it is if it's like a bad secret, I'm gonna tell you. But if it's uh, an inoffensive thing, I'm gonna keep it and I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, well, that's a good part. Well, that's something important, right? That you can say what it's important and things that are not that important or don't offend anyone, so you can keep them. Okay, pretty good,
Mhm.
Rodrigo. That's a good point. Okay, thank you for sharing. What about you? Let's see, Francisco. Are you good at keeping secrets?
Yes, teacher. I consider by myself that I highly keep when the people tell me a secret.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's a great characteristic you have, okay? So you don't speak too much about the things that other people tell you, right?
No, I prefer keep quiet.
Okay. So that's a great characteristic, okay? That's
Mm.
a good thing. Very good. Thank you, Francisco, for sharing. Now let's see. I want to listen to Ele. Ele, what about you? Are you good at keeping secrets?
Um, in my case, I think so good at keeping secret because in my work is very essential. They use the silent and the secret the people and the confession, different option, the rule or the liar in general is necessary the more secret for the people because I think so good.
Okay, yes, you're right, Ellie. In your job, I guess it's really important to know or to learn how to keep secrets. Not because you listen a lot of secrets, but there are very personal experiences that maybe people tell you, and you don't have to talk about that with anyone. So that's something good. Okay, that's a great thing about your job. So you learn about this in your personal life too. Okay, very good. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for telling me about you, if you are good at keeping secrets or you are not good at all. So if someone tell you something, so then you go and start gossiping about that. Okay. Well, I told you guys that in this opportunity we have two idioms. Maybe they are common, even in Spanish, guys, they have an interpretation. Okay. Oops, give me a second. It's bite your tongue. This is one idiom, bite your tongue. And the other one is let the cat out of the bag. Okay, let the cat out of the bag. Now, I want to ask you about these two idioms. What do you think is the meaning of these idioms? For example, what is the meaning of a bite your tongue? Francisco, what do you think
Is
it's the meaning? Oh, or
Well, I for me it's when the people keep a secret counted by someone.
okay, that's fine. That's a good definition. What do you think, Diego? What is bite your tongue?
yes, I think the same that keep something on secret.
Okay, very good. It's to keep a secret. Actually, that would be the definition. Okay, that's a good definition. Okay, to keep a secret. So we could say that bite your tongue. You know that in Spanish we have an expression that it's similar. We could say that it's similar or it's the same. Okay, so to keep a secret, bite your tongue. Okay, and then we have the other idiom. The other idiom is let the cat out of the bag. Maybe because of the context, you know what is the meaning of it, but I want to listen to you, Rodrigo. What's the meaning of let the cat out of the bag?
That means I think let um tell a secret.
Okay, very good. That's a very short definition, and you are right. Pretty good.
Is the opposite of bite your tongue.
Excellent. That's correct. Let the cat out of the bag is the opposite. Okay, is the opposite. Bite your tongue to keep a secret, right? So you won't say it to anyone. Then let the cat out of the bag, everybody, is to go and gossip with different people about something you know, okay? To tell a secret to other people. So, well, guys, these are some idioms that we can also practice or we can use in our everyday English, okay? So, for example, if you know that someone is keeping a secret, you can tell him or tell her, okay, so don't be shy, let the cat out of the bag, okay? And then that person, maybe, that person is going to talk about the secret that he or she knows, or maybe about his or her secrets. Okay, very good. Now, guys, that we finished talking about this, let me tell you that our today's topic, guys, it's about, no, it's not about secrets, guys, but it's about letting the cat out of the bag. If you know something, if you listen or you hear something, guys, there are some opportunities in which you can go and share what you listen. And that is when we use the reported speech, okay? I don't know if you ever listened about this topic, everybody, but if you haven't, today we will have a great opportunity to learn about the reported speech, okay? To start with this part, everybody, let's pay attention to Ele, okay, Ele? Read the information about the reported speech.
Reported speech. We use a reported speech when we want to tell people what other people say. Mary, I want to be a teacher. Mary said she wanted to be a teacher.
Okay, very good, Ella. Thank you for reading the information and also the examples. As you can see over here, guys, a very short information that we have to know about the reported speech is used, guys, when we want to tell people what other person said. When you listen to something about someone, in this case, everybody, we can go and tell another person what we listened, okay? Look at the example. Mary is the girl that we have in the picture, and her example is, I want to be a teacher. As you see, she's talking about something she wants, okay? But then the two kids in blue that we have over here, they listen to what she said. Then everybody, they start talking about that. Mary said she wanted to be a teacher. Okay, as you can see, we share the same message that we listen, but in our own words. Okay, and that's what we will check today. In this opportunity, guys, let me show you something important before we start. And these are the reporting verbs. Well, I want to listen to Francisco reading this part, okay? Can you help me, Francisco?
Okay, teacher. Reporting verbs. there are many verbs we can use to say what someone else said before. Say, it's followed by the message someone said. Tell, it's followed by an object pronoun plus the message someone said. Ask, it's followed by an object pronoun in the information of the question. Also, we can use want to know or wonder.
Thank you for reading, Francisco. As you see over here, when we use the repetitive speech, we need to use, everybody, some reporting verbs. The reporting verbs help us to share the information that we listened and we want to tell someone else. We have, guys, the example of 3 verbs, or these are the 3 common verbs that we use in reported speech. The first one, everybody, is say. The second one is tell. And the next verb, everybody, is ask. Okay, as you can see over here, guys, we use these 3 verbs when we use the reported speech. Also, we have the option to use want to know or wonder. But these two these 2 verbs, everybody, want to know and wonder, are only used when we are talking about questions, when we report a question. Also, it's the same with ask. We use ask when we are reporting a question. Then, everybody, say and tell, it's for information, but the structure is different, as you know. If we use say, everybody, then we can mention or we can continue with the information we know. For example, Mary said, in this case in past, said she wanted to be a teacher. Okay. So this is what you listened, everybody, and it wasn't in this case, she didn't talk directly to you. Okay, so you only listened to that information, but she didn't talk to you. Okay, then we can use tell, everybody, or in past, she told me. Okay, we have to use an object pronoun. She told me, he told you, she told him, or she told her. Okay, she told me she wanted to be a teacher. As you can see in these examples, guys, there is some important information. Okay, Ele, thank you. Okay, as you can see, everybody, we have to remember some important information about this topic. First of all, guys, remember that when we use these verbs, everybody, we have a specific structure. Also, guys, another important information you need to remember is that we always use these verbs in past, okay? Since they are reporting verbs, I'm sorry, we have to use them in past, okay? Let's pay attention to some examples. Right now, let's move on to the first tense. In reported speech, guys, there are 2 tenses. The first tense, everybody, we could say that it's the direct speech. Direct speech. So these are the real words a person said. Okay, these are the real words a person said. For example, if I tell you in this moment, I am hot. Guys, I am hot right now. Then this is the direct speech because those are my words. I am hot. Those are my words. But then, everybody, we have the indirect speech. The indirect speech, everybody, are the words that you use or another person used to say what they listened. Okay, direct speech, my words. And direct speech, other people words about the things I said. Okay, let's pay attention to it, guys. Remember, in the direct speech, when we use the simple present, we have to change it into simple past, as we have in the examples. Pay attention to Diego, please. Okay, Diego, help me reading one example in simple present and the example in simple past. Go ahead, Diego.
Okay. In simple present, I work at a hospital. And in simple past, she said that she worked at a hospital.
Very good. Well, something important, guys, we have to remember is that the reporting verb is always in past. Look at this. She said, she told me, okay? The reporting verb is always in past. Then everybody, we have the sentence in direct and indirect speech. In direct speech, everybody, this woman said, I work at a hospital. Then everybody, in the indirect speech, we don't use her own words. In the indirect speech, everybody, we use our own words. Since this is not happening at this moment, or we are not listening to this information at this moment, we cannot use the simple present. In this case, everybody, we use simple past. She worked, okay? She's still working at the hospital, but we listened to this information a few minutes ago, not at this moment. So we use everybody a different tense. If the direct speech is in simple present, then the indirect speech is in simple past. She worked at the hospital, okay? And then everybody, we have the next example. Can you help me with the next example, Rodrigo? In negative.
Which one? Which one?
Oh, the second example, the in negative.
Oh, okay, okay. Direct speech, simple present. I am not a doctor. Indirect speech, simple past. She told me she was not a doctor.
Very good. As you can see in this part, everybody, we use simple present in the direct speech, simple past in the indirect speech, okay? Let's remember this, everybody. Anytime we have an example in simple present or we say something in simple present, then if another person wants to repeat what we said, he or she has to use simple past because that person is reporting what you said, okay? Look at this. In the first example, in direct speech, we use the verb to be in present. But in the indirect speech, everybody, we use the verb to be in past, okay? Remember this, simple present change into simple past, okay? Let's move everybody to the questions. Remember that you can report sentences and questions. So everybody, let's pay attention to questions right now. Let's see. In questions, everybody, you can report a yes, no question and also a WH question. Please pay attention to Francisco. Francisco, help me reading the two examples. Yes, no questions and WH questions, please.
Okay. For the simple present, nurse, actual manager, and simple past, she asked me if I was a manager. Where do you work? She wondered where I worked.
Very good. As you see, this is a yes, no question. Are you, yes, no question using the verb to be. Okay, pay attention to it. When we report a question, everybody, we don't use the structure of a question in the reporting sentence. Remember, in simple present, in direct speech, we are using, oh, give me a second. In the direct speech, everybody, we are asking questions. But in the reporting, in the indirect speech, we are not asking questions. We are just repeating what other person said. Okay? Look at this. In the question, guys, are you a manager? Then everybody, in the indirect speech, we use the structure of a sentence. They ask me if, look at the sentence, I was a manager. She asked me if I was a manager. Okay, as you see, even though we are reporting a question, in the indirect speech, we don't ask questions. We report the question, okay? Not asking, reporting, okay? Look at the next example. Where do you work? Where do you work? She wondered where I work, okay? Look at this. This is a question. But in the indirect speech, everybody, we don't use the structure of a question. We still use the structure of a sentence. The only things that we use, everybody, is the word where, the subject, and the verb. In this case, everybody, we don't have to use an auxiliary. For example, since we have to change simple present to simple past, we don't change do into did. Okay, we don't use did as an auxiliary in the indirect speech, everybody. Remember, we don't ask questions. We just report questions, okay? That's why, everybody, it's important to remember these structures for you, everybody, to have a better understanding of these structures. Right now, think about one sentence in simple present, okay? Right now, please think about a sentence in simple present. Look at my example, everybody. I will move a little bit from here. Okay. So we have, everybody, the direct speech. And indirect speech, everybody, in the direct speech, I have my sentence, guys. For example, I could say, everybody, I am 23 years old. This is my sentence, indirect speech. Diego, what can you tell me about you in simple present?
Let me see. I'm not a manager.
I am not a manager. Okay, that's a nice example. And I'm really sorry because you are not a manager, but that's good, okay? Now, Francisco, what can you tell me about you in simple present?
I am a singer.
I am a singer. Okay, that's interesting. Very good. What about you, Rodrigo? What can you tell me about you?
I like to cook.
Hey, that's excellent. I like to cook. Okay, as you see, we have four sentences. One sentence using the verb like, and three sentences using the verb to be. So we will just check one example with the verb to be. Let's see, well, let's check Francisco's example. Since we have everybody direct speech, we have to create an example in indirect speech. Okay? First of all, guys, remember that we have to use a verb. We have to use a reporting verb. Well, everybody here in the class, we are men in the class. Today, just men in the class, everybody. So you know that the subject that we use for all the examples is he. So now tell me, what is the reporting verb that we can use?
For me?
Yeah, tell me one reporting verb.
Okay, for the first one, he told me
very good.
He told me he were 23 years old.
Okay, but he were?
No, he was.
Good job. He was. Good job.
He was
Pretty
23
good.
years old.
Excellent. Okay, that's a great example. But now, everybody, we can change Francisco's example. I am a singer. He told me, well, he told us, because you told everybody in the class, Rodrigo, Diego, and me, he told us he was a singer, okay? So this is Francisco's example. As you see, we change the verb to be from present to past, okay? First of all. Then, guys, let's pay attention to Rodrigo's example. Again, we use he. Now, Diego, what is the reporting verb that we can use?
Can be he said.
Very good. He said. He said.
He said. He said her. He wasn't a manager.
Oh, remember Rodrigo's example. I like to cook. I like to cook.
Sorry. He said he didn't like to cook.
But this is an affirmative. So what is the correct the correct form of the verb like in past?
He liked.
He liked.
He liked to cook.
Very good. So we just add the letter D and then to cook. Okay, very good. As you see, everybody, we change a sentence in simple present, indirect speech, into a sentence in simple past in indirect speech. It is possible with sentences and it is possible with questions. Okay, very good. Thank you for your practice, guys. Now we can continue with our next tense. I can see that you are ready, so we will practice in a moment, guys. But we have to move everybody to the next tense. The next tense that we have, everybody, is simple past, okay? Remember that we have direct speech, direct speech, and we have the indirect speech. Very good, okay? If we have a sentence in simple past in the direct speech, everybody, we change the sentence into past perfect in indirect speech. If you don't remember too much about a past perfect, remember that past perfect is the one we use with the auxiliary had and the verbs in past participle. Okay, in this case, we have had met. Okay, let's pay attention. My gosh, give me a second. Okay, let's pay attention to our examples. First of all, we have an example about a boy. Please, Rodrigo, can you help me reading the boy's examples?
Yes, I can. Direct speech, simple past. Boy, we met last summer. And the indirect speech, past perfect. He told me that they had met in the summer.
Okay, very good. As you can see, in simple past, we have the following sentence, or we have the following verb, met. In past, everybody, the past of meet is met. And then everybody, the past participle of meet is also met, okay? So as you see, we only have to use the auxiliary had and the verb in past participle. He told me that they had met in the summer, okay? In the summer. Now, everybody, pay attention to the girl's example. I'm gonna read it, and then, guys, you can help me with this. In negative, guys, the girl said, we didn't hesitate about our relationship. Then, guys, I listened to that information Okay, I listened to what the girl said. So I can go and say, hey, Francisco, she said they hadn't hesitated about their relationship. Okay, as you see, the indirect speech, everybody, I am saying what I just listened from the girl. Okay, now remember, the sentence is in simple past. Then everybody in past perfect, we have to use, sorry, in indirect speech, we have to use the past perfect. Okay? This is another change, guys, that we have to do. I'm sorry. If we have simple present, we change it into simple past. If we have simple past, we change it into past perfect. Now, guys, let's report some questions. Okay, in this opportunity, guys, pay attention to these questions that maybe your mom can ask you. Okay, if you went to go, if you went to watch Barbie at the cinema, guys, maybe your mom will ask you, or she asked you these questions. Let's see, please, Diego, help me reading the two examples.
Okay, in simple past, direct speech. Mom, did you watch a movie at the cinema? In indirect speech, in past perfect, my mom wanted to know if I had watched a movie at the cinema. And what did you eat? In simple past. And past perfect in indirect speech. She wondered what I had eaten.
Nice, good job. Okay, did you watch Barbie at the cinema? Okay, so everybody, as you see, the question is in simple past. We use the auxiliary did, and then we use a verb in base form because of the rules, right? You know these rules. I will not repeat them again, at least for today. Okay, so as you can see, everybody, we use the auxiliary past and the verb in base form. But then everybody, in the indirect speech, we don't ask questions. We just report the questions. And we use the structure of a sentence. I had watched a movie at the cinema. My mom, look at the reporting verb. In this case, it's a reporting expression. Wanted to know. My mom wanted to know if I had watched a movie at the cinema. Okay? This is the structure, guys. We have a yes, no question. We have to use everybody if, and then the structure of a question, of a sentence, I'm sorry. Then, guys, we have another question, a WH question. What did you eat? Okay. We have a question in the direct speech. In the indirect speech, we report the question like a sentence. She wondered what I had eaten. She wondered what I had eaten. Okay? As you see, everybody, we always use the structure of a sentence. Even though in the WH questions, we use the WH word, or even though we use if in the yes, no questions, after if and after the WH word, everybody, we use the structure of a sentence. Okay? Got it, guys? Got it? Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Got it. Okay,
Yes.
pretty good. So right now, guys, I want to verify that you got it. Okay, I want to check that you got it, that you understand the rules of the reported speech, and I want to see if you are good at telling secrets. Okay, right now, everybody, it's time to practice. But first of all, guys, let me ask you, which one do you want to practice today, everybody? We learn and practice a little bit of two topics, of two grammar tenses, I'm sorry. Simple present and simple past. Which one do you want to practice? Let's see. Rodrigo, which one do you want to practice? Simple present or simple past?
I want to practice the simple past tense because
Okay.
personally I am finding them more difficult.
Okay, well, that's your opinion, and I respect it, and it's okay. But let's see your classmates, Diego and Francisco. Diego, which one do you want to practice? Simple present or simple past?
Simple past, it's okay.
Simple past. And Diego,
Yes, I'm agree.
you
I
agree?
agree with.
Excellent. Okay, so guys, simple present, it's a piece of cake for you, okay? I know that this is easy for you. Right now, everybody, let's check if simple past, it's also easy for all of us. Okay, in this opportunity, guys, we have to report the speech of simple past sentences. Look at this. We have 10 examples, guys. We have 15 minutes. So I hope we can finish with this activity, okay? And also we can check all the examples. Okay, as you can see, guys, we have sentences in affirmative and negative form in simple past. What you have to do, everybody, is to report the sentence in the correct form, in the correct tense, with the correct grammar, in the correct structure, okay? So everybody, in this moment, we will, give me a second, guys. Okay, in this opportunity, we will continue and practice. Please, guys, take 1 minute to think about the right sentence, okay? Think about the correct sentence for all the examples. And then, guys, we will complete some examples together and some examples individually, okay? Right now, you have 1 minute. Go ahead. Okay, everybody, time's up. So right now it's time to check. Okay, we will complete the first, no, not the first is too easy. Okay, so we will check the second example, guys, example number 2 together. Look at the sentence in direct speech. Jane left the party early. What is the correct sentence in indirect speech? Any of you can participate.
Hadn't gone.
Okay, let me see. Okay, she told me, well, remember that the verb is left.
Oh, no,
left.
I mean, you say the first one.
No, example number 2, remember, okay?
Okay.
The first one is too easy, okay? So example number 2.
Leave. She
She
had leave.
She had leave
to the party early.
The party early. Okay, that was partially correct, okay? But what is the past participle of the verb leave?
Left, leave, gone. Gone.
Remember that leave is the present form.
Leave, left, gone.
Now gone is the one for go.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. New verb for you. The verb leave in present, the verb left in past, and in past participle we say left. Okay, is the same as in past. Okay, so what is the correct sentence, Francisco? Jane left the
She-
party early.
She told me she had left the party early.
Nice, excellent job. As you see, it was a piece of cake. So you will do it really, really fast. Let's continue, guys. And in this moment, okay, we will continue. Well, Francisco helped me with this example. So he wanted to participate in number 1. Francisco, you will participate in number 1 because I saw you have, you are willing to help me with that example. Then Rodrigo is going to help me with example number 3. And Diego, you will help me with example number 4, okay? Please, Francisco, tell me the sentence in indirect speech. I went to the cinema yesterday.
She said she had gone to the cinema yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay, very good. Thank you for your example. Let's move and listen to Rodrigo. Okay, Rodrigo, help me with example number, give me a second. Oh, help me with the next example, please, Rodrigo. Example 3.
She said she didn't go out at the weekend.
Oh, she said,
She didn't go out at the weekend.
okay, she didn't go out at the weekend. Okay, nice. That was a great example. Right now, let's move to example number 4. Diego, he didn't like chocolate as a child.
She said she didn't like chocolate as a child.
Oh, repeat again. She said
She said she didn't
she didn't
like
like
chocolate as a
chocolate
child.
as a child. Ooh, child. Very good. Okay. I like your effort, but please, guys, remember the structure. Okay. I will not say anything else. Right now, just please remember the structure. Okay. Let's continue. In this opportunity, well, Rodrigo is going to help me in example 5, Diego in example 6, and then Francisco in example 7. Okay, please, Rodrigo, tell me the correct sentence in indirect speech for they visited Japan.
I think she said they visited Japan. Is that correct?
They visited Japan. Okay, what do you think, Diego? Is that sentence correct or not?
I think that we are forgetting the had.
Ah, you forgot the
Yes.
auxiliary had. So what is the
Instead,
correct sentence, Rodrigo?
She said they had visited Japan.
Excellent. Okay. She said
Okay.
they had visited Japan. Remember, simple past changes into past perfect. Okay. Had and
oh,
past participle. Okay.
sorry. So in the number 4,
Okay.
is
Uh-huh.
she hasn't liked.
Hasn't or
Mm,
hadn't?
hadn't.
Hadn't. Very good. Remember,
Hadn't.
have and has is only for present perfect. Okay, present perfect, not for past. Okay, let's continue. Diego, example 6. This one is for you. She
Okay.
didn't buy the dress.
He told me he hadn't bought the dress.
Okay, he hadn't bought the dress. Okay, thank you. But now, Francisco, is that sentence correct?
No,
Why not?
the pronoun is she, not he.
Ah, good job. Okay. Look at this, everybody. In the direct speech, we have a subject, she. And over here we have he. So he hadn't bought the dress. Of course, he hadn't bought it. Okay.
Okay.
So we have to use the right subject. She hadn't bought. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Francisco, for your correction. That was nice. Now, Francisco, example 7. I traveled through India and Pakistan.
She told me she had traveled through India and Pakistan.
Nice. She told me she had traveled through, through India, India and Pakistan. Okay, nice job. Okay, guys, the last 3 examples. I think we will finish with this activity and we will have a short time to make corrections. Well, in this opportunity, guys, Rodrigo is going to help me with number 10, Diego number 8, and Francisco number 9. Okay, let's see. Everybody pay attention to Diego. He met his girlfriend in a cafe.
Okay. She said she had met
She had met
his boyfriend in a cafe.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Diego. Now, no, sorry, Francisco, help me out with example number 9. David didn't arrive until 10 o'clock.
Okay. She said David had not arrived until 10 o'clock.
Very good. David hadn't arrived until 10 o'clock. Okay, very good. Okay, everybody. Now we can finish with example 10. Rodrigo, we went to the park to have a picnic.
She told me they had gone to the park to have a picnic.
Excellent. They had gone to the park to have a picnic, okay? To have a picnic, okay? Very good. Okay, everybody, we finished with this exercise. As you see over here, there are some important things we have to pay attention to. But first, Diego, tell me.
Yes, a correction with
Oh.
my sentence.
Example number?
Number 8.
Number
She
8,
said she
okay.
had met her boyfriend in a cafe.
Oh, so what is the correct sentence?
Yes, that one. She said she had met her boyfriend.
Okay, her boyfriend in a cafe. Okay, thank you for your correction. Let me tell you guys that, okay, there are some corrections that we can make. For example, guys, pay attention to the subject. Look at example number 4, okay? In example number 4, everybody, in the direct speech, we have he. But in the indirect speech, we have she, everybody. So pay attention to it, okay? Sometimes people is not talking about themselves. Sometimes they are talking about someone else. So he hadn't liked chocolate as a child, okay? Another example, guys, okay? As you can see in example 3, we use didn't in the indirect speech. So tell me, guys, what is the correct structure? Or what is the correct sentence? She said she
Hadn't gone.
Hadn't gone. Very good. Remember, simple past and simple past? No. Simple past and past perfect. So she hadn't gone out at the weekend. Okay, very good. She told me she had left. She told me she had gone. She said they had visited. They. She didn't buy. He told me she. Very good. She told me she. Very good. She said she had met. Okay, in this example, guys, remember that she is talking about the boy. So we have to continue talking about the boy. So what is the correct sentence, guys, instead of she had met her boyfriend in a cafe?
He had met
Yeah, he has
his
met
boyfriend.
his boyfriend. No, right? Okay, so
No, her.
his girlfriend, right? His girlfriend.
Yes.
I'm sorry, guys, for the correction, but his girlfriend. Okay. Then the other examples, guys, number 9 and 10 are correct. Okay. Please, guys, continue practicing. Look for some activities to practice reported speech in past, in simple past, and also in simple present. Well, guys, a good way to practice is through the activities on the platform. So please, guys, start Unit 3 and go and complete the following activities. As you see, guys, we will start in activity 3.0, and then everybody, we have to finish in activity 3.2.3. And those are questions, guys. So please, everybody, work on it, do your best, and I hope to see you tomorrow to continue practicing this topic, okay? Have a good night, everybody. Nice to see you today. Nice to listen to you today. It was a good class, okay? Bye-bye, everybody.
Okay, teacher.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
teacher.
night.
Good night.
Thank you so much,
See you tomorrow.
teacher.
Good night,
See you
everybody.
tomorrow.
See you. Bye-bye.